I'm wearing a teal shirt today, and I will stand up and come out of this audio closet. I am wearing a Seattle Mariners t-shirt. It's not a half Astros, half Mariners shirt. I'm wearing a Seattle Mariners t-shirt.
Yeah, it's full Mariners.
Full Mariners.
Never go full Mariners.
But I will go full Mariners today, Sean, and here's why. Now, there's a lot of stories, fables over time that you might be familiar with. You ever heard of the story of the tortoise and the hare?
Yes, I'm familiar.
Okay, well, hare's really fast.
Yeah.
Tortoise really slow. They race. Hare gets a big head start, gets cocky, stops. Tortoise catches up. Tortoise wins. It's a fable. Doesn't happen in real life. We do have a real life version of this, though. And it's what's happening with the Houston Astros and Seattle Mariners, and it's why I'm wearing the Seattle Mariners shirt. I'm wearing the Seattle Mariners shirt because the Mariners are basically being those teams that go up against a handicapped person in football and step to the side and let them score. The Mariners are doing everything in their power to give the Astros the American League West. Like they're a special needs kid. That's the reality, guys. So I am in support of the Mariners right now. I want nothing to do with the Houston Astros right now. -60 run differential since July 7th. They're 14-23 since that date. Last year's team started 12-24. Their run differential in that 12-24 start, -32. So that's where we're at. And I will support a team that is supporting the Astros, even if it is low-key patronizing. Because that's what it is.
So a friend of your friend, basically.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Not even an enemy of my enemy. It's a friend of the. They're helping out the team that you're.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
It's, the theme song to Gilmore Girls.
Thank you for being a friend.
That's the Golden Girls, right?
Oh.
That works. But there's also the Gilmore Girls. If you need, I will. Wait, if you leave, I will follow anywhere that you tell me to. If you need, I will follow you. And the Mariners are following the Astros like a bunch of cave divers, just into the crevice that they'll never get out of and be stuck for the rest of their lives until they eventually die. Cave divers, you're an interesting breed, you people. Like golfers, perhaps trying to escape their family the permanent way, but hey, to each their own.
That's the free solo climbers.
Yes, exactly.
Them too.
Mm-hmm. Oof. So that's where we're at, and hey, yeah, they still have a 1.5 game lead in the American League West, but this is a little bit troubling. I don't know how many people saw this after yesterday's show. Sean Mapes told me about this as I was posting a couple of things to social media after the show. Carlos Correa told Astros media that the Astros had a team meeting after yesterday's loss. I'm not talking about yesterday's brutal Framber Valdez puked himself in the first inning loss. I mean the loss where they lost 1-0 in 10 innings when Caleb Ort had 3 walks in the 10th inning, spoiling a fantastic Hunter Brown start on the road in his hometown. They had a team meeting. Correa said, I'm not going to get into specifics, but the overall message is to, quote, encourage guys to go out there and bring the energy and go out there and play the brand of baseball that we're accustomed to playing, end quote. All right, Carlos Correa's leadership, it's back. But here's the thing. While Carlos Correa has been gone, the Astros did this before. Around this time of year. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Let's go back to 2023 when, once again, the Astros, Mariners, and Rangers were in this battle royale of slap fighting. There's a bunch of nerds with pimples and glasses and zero muscle mass whatsoever, slapping one another, fumbling their way to the end of the season. And the Astros had 3 team meetings. The first one, called by Martin Maldonado, our fearless leader. The second one was called by team veterans, whatever that means. And then the third one was called by Justin Verlander after a game where Verlander in the 6th inning got hit by pieces of contact that had exit velocities of 106 miles per hour and 2 that were 102 miles per hour. He was not good in that start, and he was the one holding this team meeting. Need some confirmation? Here is Chas McCormick talking about that back in 2023, the third Astros team meeting in just a month.
We have to come out better. We have to be, Verlander talked to us after the game today, and we have to come out and show up. We can't just come out to these games and think it's going to be a cakewalk, because it's not. We're getting our butts whooped, and you got to give credit to them. They're playing really well. Every team is good in this league, especially this time of year. We have to show up every single night.
Do you need to show up for a team meeting to start showing up every single night? That is the follow-up question I would ask there, and to the team meeting that the Astros had on Tuesday night or Wednesday morning after their loss. Morale seems down. Heads are hanging low, even though this team has a 1.5 game lead in the division. I think most people know, if you work in corporate or you work in any job, meetings are pointless. They generally get nothing accomplished. Someone might want to get things accomplished, but for the most part, the longer they go, the more inconvenienced everyone feels. And collectively, at the end, you actually might unite the team, but in hating the person who organized the meeting. The last company that I worked at that had team meetings one time started a company-wide meeting, got 15 minutes through it, where they also played a song, "I'll rise up, I'll rise up, I'll rise up." But somebody who had left their computer on mute thought that there was no audio and told everybody that, hey, there's no audio. So they literally restarted the meeting so we could see those first 15 minutes again, leading all the way up to that Rise Up song. Meetings do not get anything done. Want further proof of this? Guess who did this last year? The Houston Texans. Remember when the Texans were struggling in the middle of the year? They had players-only meetings, not once, not twice, but 3 times after that loss that they had on Halloween to the Jets. They had the weekend off after, actually, it was a Thursday night game, right? Yeah, it was a Thursday night Halloween game. They got the weekend off. Monday, they had a players-only meeting. Wednesday, Joe Mixon gave a speech, which seemed to be a bit of a players-only meeting. And then after that, Jimmy Ward said that there was another players-only meeting. And we're talking about like 3 times over the course of 3 weeks. What happened to the Texans the rest of the way? I am troubled that the Astros are having a team meeting. This is generally a sign that things are falling apart. You can blame Joe Espada all you want. I don't know what he's supposed to do. He can't hit for them. He can't. Blaming Dana Brown, it's the same thing. Like, they have to hit. And they have to hit when they're in crunch time situations that could lead to offense, that could lead to runs. They got one of the best batting averages in the league. They got one of the worst runs scored in the league. Doesn't really add up. It's got to change. Is a team meeting changing that? A team meeting honestly makes me feel worse.